Hello everybody and welcome to this YouTube channel, the Connects Learn, Move, Breathe YouTube channel. My name is Fleming. I am the founder of the Connects training system and the internal body flow movement and meditation system, and welcome to my channel. What I'm going to talk to you about today is becoming aware that there are muscles that are moving you, and there are muscles that are stopping your movement. They're called agonists and antagonists. And I'm going to try to keep this fairly simple, and I'm going to end up giving you a couple of exercises you can try throughout the day just to become more aware of your body to start off with. Before we're going to start doing any kind of training, before we're going to start doing more movement, we're just going to start to create awareness. So that's what the conscious exercise is all about, creating awareness in your body. So if I'm bending my arm, then the front side of my arm, my bicep is bending my arm. That means the back side of my arm, my tricep, is resisting that movement. So if I only had my bicep, then my arm would be up here and I could only bend my arm. So I need my tricep so I can straighten my arm again. So you can try it if you put load on that hand. So if I'm bending one arm, I'm going to put the other hand on top and I'm going to resist that movement. I feel that as I'm doing that, my bicep is tensing up. I can feel I'm trying to lift my arm up. I'm trying to bend my arm up, but I'm resisting. On the other side, the one that is resisting. So if my bicep is trying to bend my arm and I'm pushing down on that side, then my tricep on the other side is trying to straighten that arm. So those two muscles are now working against each other. If my bicep is a little bit stronger than my tricep, then if I really start working at it, then I can start bending my arm. Now, I can do that same thing without the other arm is resistant. So this arm that I'm pressing down is creating resistance, so it makes it easier for me to utilize that muscle. But I can do the same thing by just using muscles on both sides of my joints. So if I'm trying to bend my arm all that I can, but I'm resisting with the back side of my arm, then I feel tense. And at the same time, as if I'm pressing my arm down instead, and I'm trying to press down as hard as I can, but I'm resisting with the front side of my arm. Now what that is going to do is it's going to create tension. It's going to create stability around my joints, both my shoulder joints. Hope you can feel it. You're creating that resistance and using my own muscles as resistance. It's creating stability. So it's really hard for me not to tense up around my shoulder. I can feel my core activating as soon as I do that. And part of the reason for that is because the body doesn't know muscles, it only knows movements. So as soon as you start tensing up, then it's going to tense up the rest, because it's going to use a lot of force to do that. So you can try this exercise in a different way as well. If you just stand with feet about shoulder width apart, slight bend the knees, shoulders down, back, crown towards the ceiling, slight tuck in the pelvic. So just you feel your core engaging a little bit, and just get a sense of, as you're standing there, just try to feel what's moving, what's actually holding you there. Can you feel that your body's moving just slightly? So every time you just put your weight a little bit forward, then something is going to be pulling you back, and that would be the back side of your body. If you lean back a little bit, you feel that something's going to pull you forward. You might feel your abs working, you feel something happening down around your feet. You feel, one thing is you feel your weight shifting, but you feel those muscles are going to pull you back and forward. Now we can try and play around with that movement, or actually not moving. So standing flat, feet again, slight bend in the knees, shoulders down, slight tuck in the pelvic, and just feel that you're tensing up on the backside, like you want to pull yourself back, but now you don't want to move. So you want to try and pull yourself back, try to pull. You get a feeling that you're pulling your heel up towards your glutes down towards your heel, so that creates a little bit of tension on the hamstrings, your calves. You feel your feet kind of grabbing the floor, shoulders are still down, and as you're trying to pull down with your glutes down towards your heels up towards your glutes. As soon as you start feeling a little bit of sense of moving backward, then the front side of your body is going to kick in. So your core will start kicking in. You feel your shoulders, your pecs might be moving a little bit. You feel your quads start kicking in as well. Now, if you keep that tension and then you try to pull your shoulders down and back just slightly, again, without really moving, it's more of a sensation of trying to do that movement. You feel more muscles around your back, all the way down the spine, and the more you tense up on the back side, the more your front side is going to be working, and then you just can release there. So, playing around with becoming aware of muscles working in all kinds of direction. I could do the same, trying to pull myself down to one side and then resist by trying to stay centered. So it's like a bit of a tug of war. I feel, just from doing that, I feel my hamstrings, the whole back side of my legs. I feel my quads working. I feel my core's been activated. I feel my shoulders are down and packed, but I feel that my body is connected. So both sides of my body is connected. I feel more balanced. It's a fun way to play around with awareness in the body before we put any kind of movement in, and just by being able to create that kind of tension in your movement without having to move. So even if you're laying in bed, you might have pain in your ankle, you might have pain in your hip, then you can still do this. You can do this seated, try to find that tension in the backside, trying to find that tug of war, just to get that activation of the muscles, becoming aware of the muscles around. You don't need to know the names or where they start or where they sit. We'll try to play around with using different words so that it's easy to understand. Now, play around with it. We're going to talk a lot more about it. We're going to start putting more movement in and do all kinds of things and connect it into all this energetic work that we do as well. But start playing around with just getting a sense of having muscles that's working in every direction and becoming aware of that. You can do that standing in line at the grocery store. You can do that stopping at a red light. Don't do it while you're driving, but when you're stopping, you can do it. Sitting at home, standing, trying to do the dishes, waiting to watch the water boil. Just get a sense. You don't have to hold it for a long time, just 10, 20 seconds, and get a sense that you can actually put a lot of work into that without doing any kind of movement. So have fun with it, enjoy it, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.